All right. So many of you guys know us as YouTubers, but we're also broadcasters. We work in television. I've been working in television part-time since 2003 and full-time since 2007-8. So my life in production has been a long time dealing with mixer boards and broadcasting and trying to get everything up on the internet. And you've been working?
Since 2010, I think I went in properly.
Yeah.
I did camera and such and audio prior to that, but just as volunteer.
We've done a lot of documentaries, a lot of live broadcasts, a lot of sports over the years. And when COVID came, it led us to actually create this tech channel to try to help people understand what good technique is. And I think that when the YOLOBOX has come along, it really blew my mind. So without further ado, welcome to Tech Tips with Sold Out Media. And again, everything we do is in cooperation with a broadcast channel out of Sweden. We have sister channels all over the world.
Yeah, and more coming as we speak.
Yeah.
And we try to implement these cheaper solutions to get started, so we don't have to do all of the other bigger solutions to start.
One thing is we're competing constantly with bigger broadcasters who have bigger budgets, and for them to drop a whole bunch of money on a bunch of Arri cameras and big time Sony mixers and stuff like that, to have satellite studios or even to do, mini series and stuff like that, we do not have that kind of a budget.
No.
But again, when these kind of products have started coming up, it has revolutionized how we do broadcast and how we do production. Without further ado, let's get into some of the actual real things that we've used these for.
Yeah, and we do send over satellite cable networks, web TV, Facebook,
all over the
YouTube.
world.
So, we have a lot of streams to go out with.
Yeah, and a lot of them have different rules too. Like our broadcast licensing covers us for everything. We can air music and air anything we want, and anything we create, we have the rights for. But even though we have the rights to air things on YouTube, it's hard to prove that we have the rights to air things on YouTube. Like we have written permissions from everybody who comes in. We have an overall music license industry thing where artists get paid every time we play their music. Yeah. But it's hard to prove that. So sometimes it's easier for us to actually separate out the music, especially where we don't always know the playlist. We do telethons, like PBS, if you're familiar with them in the States. We do telethons every month where we have partnership drives and actually have live music constantly.
And that's like for 5-6 hours a day for a week.
For a week, yeah. So a good 25 hours of broadcast time. And what we ended up having an issue with was occasionally we were getting copyright strikes, even though we have the rights for the music as it is. So we started separating out the music from our Facebook feed, for example, or our YouTube feed.
As a parallel stream.
As a parallel stream. And this has allowed us to do that in such a profound way. It would have cost us a fortune to get in the technology to be able to run two mixes at the same time out of the studio. Yeah. But what we ended up doing was actually live mixing straight from this.
Yeah, so we looped the program out from our main big broadcast mixer into the YOLOBOX, and in the YOLOBOX we have already pre-recorded intros and extras, telling people that if you want to see the live music, you can come to our main channel and how to get there. Also adds a separate graphics package on it, so we can do our own graphics inside the machine and go out on Facebook, and it looks really smooth when you do it properly this way. Yeah,
we had a way of going out straight from our playout to Facebook, but it would just jump the clips straight in.
Yeah.
This allowed us to actually mix in graphics live. We could bring up our own unique graphics if something interesting happens, like sometimes we put up QR codes and all sorts of stuff, and all that is able to be done straight through the YOLOBOX and parallel to what's actually going out on broadcast.
Exactly.
It's such a powerful machine, and for the price that it is, it's very much worth looking into. I'm not so sure how many of you guys are out there who are looking through broadcast, but this solved a lot of our problems.
Yeah.
Now, second thing that we use this for has been actual live hits. So imagine news scenarios where we have, again, the live broadcast. We can broadcast straight from this into our playout system and take the clip live. So we're in the south of Sweden, somebody up in Stockholm with an HDMI output from their camera and a microphone could use either of these to send us their feed straight, and we could have a live conversation with them or a live interview, remote interview in the broadcast.
Yeah, because you can set up the custom RTMPs in this, which might sound like a technical term, but it's very useful to actually be able to put in your specific address basically in the machine. It's really cumbersome in other mixers, cheap or expensive, to do that, but this is actually quite easy.
With a SIM card,
yeah,
and with guaranteed bit for the streaming. So you can actually order with YOLOBOX subscription to protect the bit rate. So like it will manage the package up so that the package we receive live is really
uninterrupted,
but buffered ahead of time, right?
Yeah, so it uploads to YOLO Live or YOLO Live and then goes down. So it makes sure it's solid before it goes out. So it gives you a little bit of a delay, but it's worth it to not have the jumpiness.
Yeah, and now you've used these in other scenarios as well, like concerts.
Yeah, I've done the traditional mixing of concerts on squares and other venues. And it's actually really protected me, both with the built-in battery in it, because at one point the power failed and the still battery kept going. At one time the internet failed and the SIM card jumped in and covered me instead, because I was streaming that down to our channel at the time. Otherwise, it's very handy, like we said, with the graphics already built in it, and all the intros and extras can be preloaded, so it's super easy to use. But the most interesting thing we did was actually use the invite guests function you have in there, flip the cameras and have wireless cameras on the concert. So you could run up to the piano and then run back without being in the shots. So that was very, very neat.
And we actually have some bigger concerts coming up here towards Christmas time, where I'm thinking we could actually have the view from in the audience, you know, the person holding the cell phone up, that could be one of us.
Oh, yeah,
and you could have that cool shot right from the front that makes it look like a public view, I guess. Real-time public view.
True.
From home.
From home, we have actually looped our signal from our broadcaster to a laptop. So we did a little loop around with other machines, but we were able to bring the feed from here into the YOLOBOX.
Remote feed.
Yeah,
so instead of just coming straight here, we had a lot of people call in sick, and we were actually on our vacation. We had this at home, and we were able to receive the remote transmission to us at home through this, put the graphics on it, separate it out, and send it out to transmission without having anybody physically at the master control. So this actually saved us one day.
You basically said it all there, but you just took a table, I connected everything, I looped everything through, I preloaded all of the graphics and all of the things because I had them already on a SIM card. Just popped it in there, and then I was able to use the RTMPs. And I mean, that's a little bit of a technical jump through, but we managed to loop the signals through and force them through the systems, which we could control through this. There's HDMI in, and then make sure everything worked.
Yeah. The other thing that we use these for has been testing.
Yes, as
techniques.
techs.
As techs, yeah. We're both technical people. I don't know if you guys know that.
I noticed.
Right now, my job at the channel is more of an executive, believe it or not. But I started off as the technician here and eventually became production manager, and now I'm managing the channel. But from a tech standpoint, this has been amazing. We've used it to look at settings and record what we're doing so that we can show people actually take the HDMI in and show people how to set stuff up with it.
So the HDMI out from the machine,
from
and
the
menus.
We've used it as a tech monitor.
Yeah. To check the signals behind the machines, because sometimes when you're behind racks or inside racks, it's hard to. I
just love just taking this and just putting the HDMI in it.
You don't have
amazing.
to pull power around and pull extra cables. You just bring that in, plug it in, check it, switch the channels, and then you can see what you have on each output, which is very handy.
And I love too that you can actually, there's a quarter 20 or quarter inch rather on the bottoms of these, so you could just mount them on the top of your cold shoe mount on any camera with a cold shoe mount adapter.
Which we do.
We do often, and it's just terrific. Want to go live on Facebook? We're going to do today a live stream straight to Facebook with this for a commercial for one of the concerts that we're going to be doing, and probably using this at the concert as well.
Yeah, probably. Same concert, I'd say.
Things I love about the YOLOBOX, 100% that it takes a SIM card and that it has the kind of the buffer protection, the package up protection with YOLIV, YOLO Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, YOLO Live or YOLO Live?
YOLO Live is what they say on the American one, but it spells YOLO Live, so I don't know.
Okay, well, I love that it actually can take the package protection through the YOLO Live production thing. Yeah.
Favorite parts for me is the built-in battery and how it has the screen built in. So the entire multi-screen is right here, and I can use my HDMI out for whatever I want. If I want the program out or an extra big screen for the multi-view. I mean, it's all here, and the graphics package, of course.
Yeah, and from again, a broadcaster's perspective, when we're using this for live television, if it's a news hit, if we have an opportunity to have a live interview, the fact that you only need the camera, the microphone, and this, and a tripod if you work for me. No, you don't like handheld. No, of course. The thing is, you only need those things, the very basic kit.
Yep.
And you can stream straight to the television station live. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, and it is something that the higher ups in the company always wanted to be able to have TV outside.
Yeah.
And I just want to sit in my yard and I want to talk to people like if they were here.
Yeah.
That's what I want. So but that wasn't possible, and basically until now.
No, we've used this to go to the owner's house, and he's up in his 80s now, so he's not as active always. We were able to go straight to his house and have like a word of encouragement out to the viewers and to the staff right in his house and record it with this. So powerful device, and we're glad to have the opportunity to look at it. Now, YOLOBOX didn't pay us to say any of these things, so this is actually our real honest opinion. They did ask us if we'd like to give a testimony about how we feel these have helped us, these products. And yeah, that's honestly what we've used them for and how we've used them. I don't know if we've used them at all for what they made them for. I mean...
They're versatile enough that we can figure it out and use it.
Right?
It's like the tech brain.
Even the one that's made for Instagram, we've used it for everything else, you know, so... And you can record to them too. There's an SD card to record to them, which I love. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. Check out YOLOBOX. It's pretty cool products. And they did send us a t-shirt. Full disclosure. So we had to pay for this one. They gave us a discount. They sent us this one with the t-shirt. But yeah, honestly, they're awesome products, and we really like them. You guys should check them out, especially if you're a broadcaster like us, especially if you're a YouTuber like us. And yeah, we're going to try to do actually live tech tips sometime, hopefully soon, with these. So
yeah, that's more us not being prepared enough than the machine not being able to handle it.
More that we have a production schedule that's like tight. See you later, guys. Like and subscribe.